Travis Wayne Gitzel. I was reviewing the video to help the algorithms. As it's been weird the last couple of days, I've been left alone from hackers and YouTube. Something weird is going on. The quiet before the storm. But I've been watching the news, obviously, about what's going on concerning Hamas attack on Israel. Hamas attack on Israel. Hamas is responsible. And Harvard is under fire right now for not putting out a statement condemning Hamas, as apparently there are students who are pro-Palestine who are calling for the extermination of the Jews because of what the Jews did in response to Hamas. And people are upset and disappointed with Harvard for not speaking out against this and siding with Jerusalem with their rights to defend themselves. Self-defense is not violent crime. It is justice, as long as it is equal and proportionate to the crime. The Torah tells us this. Thus, the Jews know this. What Hamas did was an attempt to exterminate the Jews. So, the punishment for self-defense is to get rid of Hamas once and for all. And in order to get rid of Hamas once and for all of Palestine must go with them, because they are giving aid and support to Hamas. Hamas is a terrorist organization. They are not religious freedom people. And so, as I've been telling you from earlier this week, where's the church? Why isn't the church speaking out? You do not get credit for coming out and saying something when it's too late to say something. People need to immediately put out statements in support of the Jews in this particular case, because it's Hamas who acted in violence, not the Jews. So after doing my videos and even calling out the church as supporting, aiding, and giving comfort to Hamas by being silent, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints put out a statement today, which was by their publicist, not the church. The prophets, again, remain silent. But yet, they're being credited with a statement, finally. But there's a reason why I worded the first 4 minutes of this video the way I did, because what this statement does is inadequate and victim blames the Jews and supports Hamas. I told you, the church has always sided with the enemy of America, going all the way back to the Illuminati, the first threat to the new America, and then to the Confederates, and then the KKK, and then the Nazis, Moroni, and the swastika. Read it. Watch his videos on YouTube. And then the GOP, and then MAGA, and Putin, and China, and Saudi Arabia, etc. And now Hamas. The church is the enemy of the people. I quote, We are devastated. Oh, poor you. I did the BYU Jerusalem video, which is doing very well. I'm kind of surprised. It's also part of the weirdness that's going on. And yes, it was since yesterday. By the recent eruption of violence. That would be Hamas. And loss of life in the Middle East. But they don't say Hamas. They don't call them out by name. Violence of this nature is abhorrent to us and is not in harmony with the gospel of Jesus Christ. Their Christ is not Jesus. Their Christ is Allah. And the Jews, well, he's a human being, and apparently he's gone missing. Nobody seems to know where he is. Must not be true, because either Allah is true or Jesus of Christianity is true. Because the Jewish Christ, who's supposed to be here, is missing in action. He's not on YouTube even giving you video reports warning you of all the prophecies that are going on right now. He's gone silent. Where is he? We're waiting for Jesus because the Jewish Christ is a no-show. So we're waiting for Jesus because the Jewish Christ is a no-show. Because Christians replaced him. And all of a sudden he disappears. Doesn't exist. Which is a gospel of peace. The Jews are saying, bleep you too. Peace is their word, because that's in the word for Jerusalem, Salem, Solomon, peace. And the Prince of Peace that Isaiah calls their Jewish Christ, referring to Solomon, but he's not literal history, because it's the Jews, not Christians. At such times our hearts ache, bleep you, for all victims of this atrocity. All victims? Only the Jews are the victims, not Hamas, not Palestine. As slaves of God, servants. So does that mean they're the servants in section 101's parable in verse 43? I refer to verse 51. We affirm that he calls upon all of us to love our neighbors as ourselves, and we pray for a peaceful resolution. I just did that video today again, because all these videos are repeats, just in a different way. This is a new event that has occurred, and so I'm using past videos that I've talked about in a new presentation of the new events that have happened on Earth. A peaceful resolution for Hamas is the extermination of the Jews. And so for Nelson to be this naive after putting out the We Are Islam pamphlet last year, or was it this year? There have been so much stuff that they've been doing to wrap it up before the day that shall burn as an oven. Resolve all conflicts. Dear God. This is something a white supremacist does. And they claim they're not a white supremacist because they're asking for peace. They're not calling out Hamas. They're leaving it vague. And as such, it implicates that the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is condemning Israel for defending themselves, using violence to defend themselves against the greatest destruction of the Jews since World War II. Moroni and the swastika. Bleep you, Nelson. You traitor. Paid the Judas price with your tithing money, by the way. Have I not mentioned that many times already?